Hey, forget something? Er, why, yes. I think I left my eggs on the counter. Guess your memory's not what it's cracked up to be. There really is egg on my face now, is there not? You're excused. Now it sounds as if you're egging me on. Egg on or egg off, I expect a lot from you. Well, I am exceptional. And don't forget me, your ex-husband. Er, hello, Asgo. Tori, I didn't expect to see you here, but I have some extra flowers, and I was wondering if... Oh, I was just about to go, actually. Ah, ha, oh, sure. Home is where the heart is. um, so when Azrael comes home... Yes, we should all discuss that together soon. Honky donkey, say hi to Chris for me. Of course. Have a nice day. You know what I want. Yep, free pickles. Why, thank you. Can I ask? What kind of flowers do you think would make her remember how she felt before? Maybe you should talk to your plants about that. Don't worry, they're the first ones I ask. They're such good listeners, flowers. Well, yeah, nothing like a captive audience. Yes, haha. I even keep them in glass. Like that movie? Yes, it's very similar to that movie. Oh, well, have a good one. Haha, I'm trying. Hey, Chris, never. Dream is. Hey, don't hog the hats. Thought your bike crashed. Chris, want to see if we can fit inside? We just crashed down under the waffles. Damn, think someone's looking. Sometimes the hoop girl comes here, opens the freezer door, then just stands in front of it, lost in thought. Guess she really likes cold, or waffles. Grapes, melons, orange, that's definitely a reference to DK64. Oh. Hey, Chris, why are you doing that? We're around your house, right? Wait, well, Chrissy, you hear? That, guy at the pizza place? God, what was his name? Pizza Pants? Heard he got, like, a super hot girlfriend. What was her name? Like, Pizza Arena? Anyway, what did you, want to talk? Chrissy, guess what? Today, I went to the beach to play my uke, and guess who was already there? That copycat playing the same song I wanted to play. Oh my god, cat on the beach, grody. did she, like, get lost looking for the litter box? So, like, I try to, like, play the same song, too, to, assert my ukulele dominance, and we end up, get this, playing the whole song together. Like, oh my god, who does this girl think she is? She thinks she can just, like, harmonize with me? I can't stand her. Hey, that's my trash from other people's houses. Like, privacy much? God, living with Azzy made you weird. Alligator, yes. Yeah, it's like so sweet of you to have a nasty, dirty little friend. But like, this is my polluted alleyway, so like, I think I might have to go to the mayor and get a traffic sign because like, no plus ones. Because like, okay, can't check out the graffiti. Oh, what? Looking for blue key there and here. Unless you're looking for someone else? Fine, fine, fine. Want to talk to someone else? Here. Oh my, someone's here to see me? It's you again, is it, darling? Oh my. Why do you keep coming to our door? Are you a fan of mine? Is there someone to be a fan of a nobody like me? Well, if you are a fan, would I bother you for a favor? The internet went down. I haven't had much entertainment. If you have anything entertaining, darling, you bring it by me tomorrow? It would mean the world to me. Thank you. Me. What have I got to say to you? Nothing. No. Wait, don't. Even though sometimes you view the same house over there. How eerie. Be a ghost? My brother's too old to take for a walk anymore. I'm aimless. I wish I had someone to whip me into shape. I want to buy flowers, but the store's closed. The door in the back's unlocked, but I don't think I should go closed. Dad's truck, floor, front seat, CDs. Hey, listen up. See that weird circle on the beach? Yesterday I waited on it and something weird came out. Of course, not yesterday anymore, so too bad. Can't get in there this time. Can't see your dad. Small house. Mom's van. Huh? Sure, alright, yeah. Guess you're going home. Alright. Then, guess it's goodbye for the day. See you tomorrow, Chris. Chris! How was your studying with your... Why, Chris, is that your friend? Why don't you invite her inside? Chris, I should probably get going in. I was going to bake a pie. Did you want any? Guess I can go. Feel free to come in. Oh, excuse me, I'm Chris's mother, Toriel. Yes, ma'am, I remember. Oh, do you? You are Susie, are you not? Huh? You, remember my name too? Of course. Miss Alice is a good friend of mine. She often talks about you. Glad to hear it. Miss the hell is Alice saying about me? Susie, why don't you wash your hands over here? Then we can make the pie together. Make it together. But I don't know how to... Not to worry. I can teach you. Okay. Chris, Susie seems like a nice girl. I'm very happy you're friends with her, but... Chris, I heard from Albus about her behavior. If by any chance she influences you, leave the chalk alone, alright? Hands, washed. Wonderful. Now we can... Oh, Chris, how about you show Susie how to bake it? Chris, you know how to make pie? The hell haven't you made me any of that, dumbass? You pie-hoarding piece of... excuse me, ma'am. Susie, you can just call me Toriel outside of school. Okay, that's sweet. Uh-huh. Chris? Oh, you need to wash your hands too? Then I suppose I shall teach Susie for now. Susie and I will start getting ready to make the pie. We will? Wait. Yep. Well, let us get the flour. So that's this bag. And you just... Oops. Susie, you have flour in your nose. I meant to do that. Thought you would stop to smell the flour, right? Come on. Now, on to the next part. So, where the heck is Chris? Oh, Chris does this sometimes. Well, they should hurry. I'm getting sleepy. Do you know what they call a sleeping Susie? Huh? What? They would call her a snoozy. Then I guess you'd be a snoriel? Snoriel. Snoozy and Snoriel. You really like that one, huh? Wasn't it funny? Wait, there was a question. Alright, where the hell is Chris? No? The pie is nearly done. Oh, the sugar. Wait here a moment. I left it in the car. Okay. Hey, Chris, hurry up next time. We're already almost done. So, what's next? Oh, the pie. We already worked quite hard, have we not? How about we finish it later? Um, okay. Then, I guess I'll walk home? Oh, no, there's no need for that. Oh, actually, Susie, would you like to stay over? Uh, huh? I mean, um, if, if it's okay, then... Here, look at this. Our couch is being used as a bed. It's not perfect, but we could all sleep out here. That sounds good to me. Yeah. Splendid. I will make sure everything is in order. Just call your parents, will you not? Yeah, of course. Hell, sleepover. Damn, I haven't had one of those in forever. Hey, Chris, it's not like someone has to tell you to sit, right? There, chill out for a sec. So now what? I got it. Maybe between pillows here. There, I knew I'd find the one here. You can always find good stuff and no wedges in the couch. Jeez, it's dusty. When did you last use this thing? Well, who cares? Let's just watch TV. So what are we gonna marathon? Blood Crushers 3, Hellbusters, Invasion of the Cat Petters? Yeah, maybe Ice E the movie, some more your speed, huh, Chris? It's been a good day, Chris. It's been a good day, huh, Chris? You, Rossi, Lancer, everyone. It's just cool hanging out together, right? That's why, don't you think we should try to have them come to our world? Come on, think about how much better it would be. Rossi could do our homework, Lancer could live under your bed. We could all walk to school together. It'd be perfect, I mean, we'd be unstoppable, is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's attitude. What if Rousey became a teacher's pet, though? Or not it just feels like a matter of time, honestly. Well, whatever. As long as he brings me an apple, too. What, apple shampoo? No, I didn't drink any of that. Well, whatever. Let's just get back to watching. So the festival's coming up, right? The thing where the town becomes a carnival? Stupid, right? But say you had to take someone. Well, or Rossi. What? Why are you saying it so confused? It's not like I meant anything weird. You know what? Forget it. Look, let's just go back to watching TV. Now this is what I'm talking about. Giant monster movie special. It's like better than giant human. Now this is something we can marathon. Are you ready, Chris? For 12 hours of building, bashing, car crunching action? Because we're locked in, got it? Better not see you move until your eyes are bloodshot. Now let me just get comfortable here. There. Susie Officer? Officer? Thank goodness. I finally got through. I thought I saw someone prowling around outside. When I checked your car, the tires looked like they'd been slashed. Officer, if you could please come over. You will? Soon. Thank you. Sleep. You're the one making the portals. So you're gonna be the villain of the game. This is a game that they said is not about sharks, which has me worried. I really don't want a depressing ending of this game. I genuinely don't even think I could emotionally. So there are things in this that are hinting to either December is going to have a release, or that this is taking place around Christmas. I can't tell which, but there's a lot of it referencing December and Christmas and the holidays and winter seasons. It could genuinely be either. I don't know exactly. I do know, however, that it is compelling. But I just don't want it to be sad. I think that's the biggest thing I plead. If Toby Fox were to ever somehow hear this, please don't make it depressing. Just don't go like the Lisa route. Go Undertale itself was just so wonderfully charming. And I mean, it really there aren't many things that have affected me as well, as strongly as Undertale. And the inner story the story of you when you're playing, as opposed to at the end, is just so gripping and beautiful. And I don't want to see that, you know, crushed by a dark ending. I would hope that based on the kind of audience that's kind of developed for Undertale, and that even though there are a lot of people who do want to do the hard route, the overwhelming amount of what I see is traditionally still optimistic in nature, and I really do want a positive, happy feeling for the outcome of this series. Because I can genuinely see the story going either way, but I do not want to get so enveloped in this and then it end up hopeless. Because as I've said before with games, hopelessness, well, even any story, movies, TV shows, anything, hopelessness is the one thing that I tend not to give much respect to when it's done, because it's very easy to make things get sadder and sadder. It's much more difficult to make something really tug at your heartstrings and make you feel good. And so I really do want to see a good ending for this, and I just really, really hope that the path that this ends with is good. I think a few of my suspicions and fears of where I thought this was going have been quelled, but I do think that seeing now that Chris is the cause of the fountains, and he or she, they are at least on rare occasions spontaneously evil. I hope there's either a way to cure that, or that your ultimate choice is whether to sacrifice yourself to make everyone else happy. If it has to go the dark route, that kind of Pyrrhic victory of it, where at least the world is happy even if you can't experience it, would be, the route that I would accept. So those are my thoughts so far. Um, it's very good. I didn't expect that I'd be able to solo it. But Shin, like I said, dealing with COVID. I'll probably let it run through again when he gets here. I would be very happy to watch through the whole thing again, voice my favorite characters. Um, you don't even get to talk to Monster Kid in this. That's sad. Um, you see him, but there's a lot of really good character development. I don't know what I would imagine to some extent you can woo whoever you want if you take the path that way, at least a little bit. But even just the monologues and getting to know Noelle's, you know, fears, and how timid she is about her crush, and her sadness about where her father is, and her reservations about her mother, and then Susie's, clearly grew up in not a great household, or possibly was orphaned, maybe. I don't exactly know. Um, and even just the small sprite work of how surprised and kind of overwhelmed she seems when she walks into your house, or how she kind of does a 180 on her opinions of Rousey, and her kind of getting knocked down a peg when she finds out that, Noelle has a crush on her, and how she kind of reciprocates that. Or um, her genuine sense of kind of concern um, Lancer starts to turn to statue, or those kinds of things. Seeing Rousey kind of talk about how he's been so alone that you know positive interactions and the things like that really do just kind of surprise him at first, and he seems so taken aback that someone cares about him enough to say the kind of positive things that are said in the little semi dialogue. It's not really a full on dialogue, but the emotion and all those characters that you get, and just I mean, in reality, there's not a whole lot of conversation, but what conversation there is really, really gripping, really powerful. And I mean, Toby is a great writer. It's really, really impressive just how much. I mean, a lot of people would say, that, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Super Impact Wolf has a video on Undertale and talking about how it's not a huge game, but the impact is so colossal. And even in these little micro segments, these fragments of a game, there's just so much. There's so pure emotion and beauty and passion, and the artwork is so great, and there's so much charm. And as I explained to Shin when I was going through, I think I explained to him, if not, I've mentioned it before, that I guess it would be kind of the earliest sense of Heraeth I've ever had that I can acknowledge as being Heraeth was before I really got into the Vaporwave scene, is how I felt nostalgic for the game when we were going through the first time and wanting to go back to it the next day. Hopeful, oh man, I hope he can come over so we can keep going because I love it. And I can't name many things that can do that to me. I have two more games coming up in later in this month that I suspect might do that to me kind of in genuine, pure-hearted storytelling and writing. But this really has just such a blend of so many things. There's a great, you know, very clear gameplay aspect that's designed not to be a visual novel, which some of the other games that I really do like for their story tend to be more on the visual novel because they're more based on story that way. But this is like the whole package. It's a good game. There's a lot to do. There's plenty to explore. Every little nook and cranny has some sort of note or acknowledgement or joke or Easter egg or some sort of thing like that. Um, I mean, I I definitely would probably be considered a fanboy, but if you look at it, there really is just so much, and there's so much of a reason that this series and these games are so beloved because there's really just so much heart in these, and that's why I just hope that there's a good ending. I I trust that Toby would write a good ending, but I hope that he writes a good ending as well. I don't want it to be something where at the end I feel regret that I played it because it just gets too dark for me. I I don't suspect, based on what I understand of the story that inspired so many people, that someone would be willing to take that path necessarily. But it's one of those you never know kind of things, and so I just really hope. It's not like Toby's ever gonna hear me, but I really do hope that this has a positive, fulfilling, satisfying ending when it's all done. Because there are not many characters in many games that I care about this much. There are other characters who I like in games, but I can probably name on one hand, outside of Undertale, characters who I care about this much. And inside Undertale, I can probably name eight that I care about enough that, like, I want to see more and I want to hear more about their stories. Um, or their stories really affected me, or I related, or they, touched my heart. Like the end of Alpha's story when she's talking about looking over the edge. I've never been to quite that darkest state of mind, but I can get feeling that sense of guilt and regret and loneliness and those kinds of things. Or even the more light-hearted things like with Monster Kid, and how to some extent you can sense that there's some bravado and wanting to, go out on an adventure and have an experience with your more childish things, but then at the same time it's not there, it's not written in, but at least I perceive a sense of insecurity and some level. I mean, there's the fanaticism, but then when it comes to your one-on-one conversation stuff, this kind of sense that there might be a more fragile sense of self-confidence underneath. And when you interact in certain ways, you can really tell the don't talk to me, the those kinds of things with the less happy paths, that you can tell that he trusted you and he was upset. Whereas when you go the good routes, he just he really seems like he wants to be your friend. He wants to, he doesn't care who you are. He doesn't realize you're human. He just wants to be your friend. Or, you know, the kind of hints that there's definitely a darker story and a cynical mindset behind Sans. Or the tragedy of, how much quote unquote humanity the that Asgore had to sacrifice to the point where he doesn't even feel like, he's doing the right thing. He feels like regret and doubt, and it ruined his relationships. He his wife wants nothing to do with him, and while that story has some sort of parallel, it's not explained yet in this one. Um, Getting to learn Azrael's story, and how tragic it is, and how even in the best ending, there's technically no hint that there's going to be a positive outcome for that. And then in this one, it's not said yet, but I really suspect that something is not okay with Azrael. The way he's dressed, and the way things come across, like I don't know if maybe it is that Rousey is Azrael. There's that potential. I can't tell because it's deliberately written so that you don't know 100%. But it feels like there's a sense of missing and loss that's not he's coming back in the spring when or once classes are over kind of thing. It's more regretful, more mournful in the way things are talking. And so I don't know. I I want to see in a story a good ending for Ezra. I really do. I really I've never seen that pure-hearted a personality, a character in an individual. And so the ending to Undertale, while there are so many great things about it, having to let go of basically the purest heart in the story, it it is a major melancholy, especially because it more or less wasn't his fault. You know, all these characters, and I could probably name some of the others as well that I didn't have quite as strong an attachment to, but that I respect and, adore. Like, I've drawn all the main characters and some of the side characters in Undertale at least once, and they all have affected me in different ways. Even some of the like really awkward thing, like So Sorry, the character they made and the music for that, even though I know it's some sort of weird like safe for work version of a not safe for work character or something, they managed to make the character really charming and cute and things. I mean, any character who has a few lines of dialogue, there's 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 a life and a personality to it that you don't see written in a lot of things. Not written in expensive, you know, full on nationally funded by big corporations things. And then you have a guy who on $50,000 made this story, and he was only looking for five to begin with. And it's really something. I don't know. I could ramble all night, and I really need to get to bed. I'm like 2 hours behind my time. But yeah. So once again, phenomenal. Uh, I do want to see more, but I'm nervous, and I just hope that the last few shreds of hope I have in